Hey, good everybody, here with you Saturday, January 16th, NFL playoff and basketball report. A lot of ground to cover here today as we look to win our third straight free play as Washington gets it done in overtime yesterday. And we told you right here in yesterday's report that Chicago would be flat off that big win in Boston and the NBA on TNT on Thursday in just 1 minute. 2 out of 3 overall for the day yesterday. Another winning day as our private investors special release, Orlando, Portland easily goes under that total, nowhere near as close as that final score might have indicated. I'm going to give you some info on how you can receive these plays in just a minute. A lot of garbage time baskets in that game. Our lone college play and win in Northern Arizona gets it done outright against Eastern Washington. Only loser is Orlando. 7 out of our last 8 NBA winners. Little significance on Thursday as we get the 2-0 sweep we gave you right here. Free and paid play, Chicago, Boston, under that total. To open up that parlay, free and paid for everyone who watched this report. Cleveland, Utah goes under the total to close out the NBA on TNT parlay. 6-2 overall for the day on Thursday, and we start the 7 out of 8 run, 7-1 overall on Monday, as Atlanta gets the outright win against Boston, and New York, Oklahoma City goes under that total. A little bit about the private investor plays, fellas. Any of you has really nothing to do with how much you play. If you have the capability to get down on short notice, if you have a handheld, PDA, cell phone, we can text you to play, iPhone, BlackBerry. It just has if you have the capability to play a limited amount of plays, we might play maybe 3 to 5 of these plays a week, but we do phenomenal on them. Very strict criteria, and this might be for you. It's not for everybody. You can put more money in action, and it's more about quality, not quantity, fellows. So you can just click on the link in the email. There's 2 links in there, and you can register. Nobody's going to call you, fellows. It's a pay after you win basis. No one's going to bust your balls. The day of the dinosaur is dead. I don't want to speak to no one that doesn't want to speak to us. You know what? It may not be for you. It's not for everybody. Not everybody's going to be capable of doing it. So you know what? You want to register, you find out more about it, or you give us a call, speak to me, JD, 800-998-9461. Once again, 800-998-9461 or 702-415-6484. Quick review, 74-49 the last month in the basketball. 55-31 the last 13 days. In the basketball, the Bulls in the NFL, picking up 29.5 units in net profit. 39 of our last 53 winning days, picking up over 80 units in net profit, long-term and short-term winning. 34 out of our last 48 basketball winners, fellas. The ball might be round, but that cash is just as green, if not greener. And 12 out of our last 14 winning days. Now, I'm going to give you a little synopsis, an overview about these NFL playoff games today. Well, not that we're going to neglect the basketball, because we got some phenomenal action in the NBA, college, with the sides and the totals, all right? But we got Arizona traveling off a short week, going to New Orleans, where New Orleans is 1-7 in the history of the franchise. You know we don't like to talk too much about stats and trends, but just a little bit about what's going on here. New Orleans scoring 44 points in their last 3 games, losing their last 3 outright, and they haven't covered in their last 5. 5 in a row where they've not covered the number. And you know what? In those 3 games where they scored 44 points, they were trying in 2 of them. So you can't tell me they really weren't trying. Now, Super Bowl losers who are in the playoffs coming off a win, which Arizona is, are 8-17 against the number. Something to think about. Now, the late game where we're going to have a line maker mistake, where we're doing absolutely phenomenal, 53-19 and line making mistakes, coming off the 2-0 NFL sweep last Sunday, 13-5 last year in the NFL playoffs. Indianapolis 6-0 against this Baltimore team. Last 6 times they played them, straight up and against the spread. 4th in a row for Baltimore on the road. They played earlier in the year, a tight game. Indianapolis coming off that layoff. Now, we know Baltimore's going to blitz. The question is, are they going to get to Manning, or is he going to be able to pick them apart because they're going to be in man-to-man coverage? Baltimore's strength, running the football. Indianapolis' weakness, stopping the run. Indianapolis' strength, throwing the football. Baltimore's weakness, stopping the pass. Is it confusing? Maybe to you guys, but we're dialed in. It's a late line-making mistake. Anybody watching this report late. We have the right information, the right situation, and the right money management and teams playing each other. There's absolutely no indecision on our part. And by the way, the last few years, the number one seed, or at least one number one seed, has got ousted. And last week, 3 dogs covered the spread, and all 4 teams that won outright got the cover. Something else to think about, fellas. And by the way, $50 players, they're up over $1,500 the last 2 weeks alone in the basketball, the bowls, and the football, the NFL combined. Something else also to think about. I know we're going to keep it going. Good time to maybe to come in for a 4-day deal. Saturday, Sunday, Big Monday, and Super Tuesday basketball. Sides and totals, NFL playoffs, college basketball, pro basketball. What more do you need to know, fellas? What more do you need to know? I know we're going to keep it up. I'm going to give you that free play right now. Once again, no indecision on our part. We're going to hammer home. We're going to have a play on both games, but our late line making mistake. Indianapolis and Baltimore. We're going to go to the free play. We're going to go under that total. And that New Orleans, Arizona game, 57, real high number. We look for him to reel it in a little bit.